Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tanner Davis and welcome back to another WWE Premium Live Event Predictions video. Today, we will be predicting WWE's Elimination Chamber Chicago 2026 match card. As always, please welcome one half of Double D's, my twin brother, C-Dave. So C-Dave, are you ready for Elimination Chamber?
I gotta be. It's really close to WrestleMania. I'm really hyped for WrestleMania. I like the 2-day event style that they have for Mania and SummerSlam now. I think it brings a lot more to the table. But Elimination Chamber is during the road to WrestleMania. We gotta take a little pit stop like we do when we go to Buc-ee's.
We gotta take a pit stop too, because you know what time it is?
What time is
It's time to cue that intro!
They told him, don't you ever come around here. Don't wanna see your face, you better disappear.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into the matches. Our first match that we will be predicting. The order is weird online on WWE.com, but Connor saw on Netflix they also had a match card, so we kind of combined the two, and we will be doing our own order for the match cards because WWE.com is weird. They started off with the chamber matches, and we're not going to do that here. That's going to be the last part we do. So, for the Intercontinental Championship, it is your current champion, Becky Lynch, defending her title versus the returning AJ Lee. And I say returning because this is her first singles match since returning, correct? I mean, what, she had her tag team match at WrestlePalooza, didn't even have a showing in the Rumble, and that seemed to have been it.
Travis and the rest of the commenters can correct me if I'm wrong. This is the first pay-per-view / premium live event, that AJ Lee and CM Punk have been in together in well over 10 years. I believe 2013 was the last year that they were in a pay-per-view together. Back then it was pay-per-view, you know. Check me if I'm wrong on that. I don't think it was Mania, but it might have been. I don't know the pay-per-view. 2013 might be the year. Check me if I'm wrong. Fact check me.
No, AJ was at
It might have been
Survivor
14
Series as well. AJ was in Survivor Series.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about like.
Well, I know. I was
Them
going back on my
individual.
point. I was way past you. I'm done with that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's irrelevant.
I was just trying to flex some ball knowledge.
No ball knowledge that you read online. Okay, so so AJ Lee, WrestlePalooza, Survivor Series, War Games, didn't even have a showing at the Rumble, which was kind of a disappointment, in all honesty.
Oh yeah.
She returned to help CM Punk, her husband, fight against Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins at WrestlePalooza. They ended up taking the win. This kind of just started the Becky Lynch rivalry. Well, it started before AJ Lynch returned because, you know, Becky with Seth and Punk, yada, yada, yada. We got the IC title match on the line. See, Dave, we mentioned earlier, obviously, I'm going to go with the first pick. We tied at the Rumble. I had the first pick then. Precedent set. You just go back. Whoever had the first pick, the last video. My prediction is going to be Becky Lynch to retain. Now, I know it is Chicago. It is their residence. But you can't have both of it go both ways. You got to have a heel win. And unfortunately for the world title match, I don't believe we're going to see the heel win. As cool as it would be, I don't think we're going to see that. And you don't have the world champion lose in his hometown, his residency. For that reason, my prediction is going to be Becky Lynch.
I really went back and forth with this one for so long. And for it being the first time in well over 10 years that both of these CM Punk and AJ are having their own single matches in a pay-per-view / premium live event together, it just makes sense that maybe WWE might do something right and say, well, shoot, let's let AJ Lee have the belt and have her have a little bit more television, you know? She's been out for a minute since her matches. She really has not been on TV. And maybe this is people like saying, hey, we want her to be on TV more. You missed her at the Rumble. Give her the belt and put her on a couple more times, you know? It might be AJ Lee versus Charlotte at Mania, you know, something we'd never seen before. So, I mean, Charlotte's probably a world title picture, but you get what I'm saying. Something like that, you know, something that brings a little bit of old school nostalgia vibe to it. So, for the IC Women's title, I'm going to predict AJ Lee. Let's light it up.
Alright, we alluded to this earlier. It was a perfect segue, kind of going into our next match. Is for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Our current champion, CM Punk, versus Finn Balor. Punk's had the title for a long time. Pretty good. He beat Gunther SummerSlam last year. Seth ended up cashing in. Seth got injured. Jey Uso, Punk, Saturday night's main event. Punk ended up getting the win, holding the championship. And for a while, he was like, look, I'm going to be a fighting champion. Anyone who steps up, you know, I'm going to take him down, yada, yada, yada. Well, Finn Balor steps up to the plate and goes, hey, we're going to be in Belfast, Ireland, my home country. Why don't you put that title on the line? And what an incredible match it was. Punk ended up beating Balor clean, might I add. And the Judgment Day didn't even interfere in that match or anything. It was just, you know, clean finish. Balor still has his sights set on the title, however, and when AJ Styles and Punk battled for the World Heavyweight Championship the Raw or two after, Balor ended up interfering, attacking both men, and still keeping his sights set on Punk. We saw a little face tease, too, during that time with the new entrance theme changed back to the old entrance theme. It's new currently, I guess, but changed back to the old entrance theme. And additionally, given his respect and props to CM Punk. You know, you don't see that as a heel. But then he went back and he attacked both men and asked Adam Pearce for a rematch. And so that's what's going to happen. Chicago, it's CM Punk, the Second City Saint, versus the Prince, Finn Balor. And C-Dave, who's walking out of Chicago with the World Heavyweight Championship? Yeah, I think it's a pretty easy prediction, but
yeah, but you know, coin flips aren't always easy to predict. You got a little bit of a 50-50 shot here. But if you watch last prediction, you know who my men's Royal Rumble prediction was. I picked Finn Balor. I thought it was his time and for him to just come out and do something. And you're thinking, oh, Connor, C-Day. Is this going to be your prediction for this match? Da-da-da-da-da-da. If Roman's already picked Punk, I mean, he picked the title, I can't see Roman fighting Finn. I don't know what the story is there.
Well,
you go back to like the Universal title days, that was more like a Seth Rollins / I guess Brock Lesnar type of deal. I don't think I saw Roman in that dynamic. I don't know if Finn Balor wins, great. Fantastic. I'm not going to predict him, though. It doesn't make sense for Finn Balor to win in Chicago unless it does. And he just becomes a big heel. No, he gets that push. But I'm going to keep it simple. Like they say, KISS. Keep it simple. Stupid. The winner of this World Heavyweight title match is going to be CM Punk.
Keep it simple. Didn't keep that explanation simple. Because look, it's an easy say. I don't have to run around a tree and back and tell you what I'm going to go with. CM Punk, Second City Saint, will be retaining his World Heavyweight Championship in his hometown of Chicago, regardless of the Judgment Day. However, there isn't going to be a Judgment Day because as we saw last Raw, Finn Balor said he kind of told Dominic off and was talking about how he didn't need them and he was fighting for himself when JD and Dom were both injured. Easy. Chicago, CM Punk. You can't, both names are synonymous with one another. You can't see CM Punk without mentioning Chicago. You can't say Chicago without mentioning CM Punk. Ladies and gentlemen, your World Heavyweight Champion and still CM Punk. We move on to our Elimination Chamber matches. We're going to start off with the women's. Your competitors, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, do I need to say, like, how all they qualified?
Heck no.
Well, Tiffany Stratton was the first
this
woman.
This who they beat.
Yeah, right. Tiffany Stratton was the first woman beaten Chelsea Green and Lash Legend. Rhea Ripley defeated Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile, Bliss, defeating Julia, the Women's United States Champion, and Zelina Vega. Asuka took down Bailey and Natty, not Italian, Natty. The low-key legend, whatever her thing is. Kiana James, a big upset versus Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax.
That was crazy.
Which was not a bad match, I might add. It was an actually pretty good match. I don't remember there being any botches. There probably was a couple in that match. But off the top of my head, I don't remember. I just remember they had really good spots. It made Kiana James shine. And Raquel Rodriguez obviously being the last person who took down Io Sky and Kairi Sane last Raw. It's an easy, to me, it's an easy prediction. I'm pretty much going with all the predictable picks here. Who is our women's world champions? We've got Stephanie Vaquer, Jade Cargill. Well, we already have Liv and Stephanie Vaquer slated for WrestleMania. If you saw last Monday, the big sucker punch with the microphone taking Stephanie Vaquer down. When I look at this card, I say, who's money? Who's money? Who's Jade? Alexa Bliss and Jade? Do we want to see that? No.
You gotta think Charlotte's gonna be in this picture somewhere.
No, Charlotte, they already teased that. It's gonna happen one day probably. Asuka and Jade? Do we want to see that? Kiana James is a breath of fresh air, but do we really want to see that either? Tiffany and Jade, we've already seen 2-3 times what their match at SummerSlam was cheeks. Didn't they have a match at SummerSlam, right? Because she won Queen of the Ring.
I think it was.
And it was so cheeks, wasn't it? I remember it being super cheeks. And so that leads me to Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. Those are your money makers right there. And Raquel Rodriguez, her feud is with Stephanie Vaquer and Liv anyways. They're already teasing Liv. Liv wins against Stephanie Vaquer at Mania. Who's the first competitor? Who's first in line? That may be Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez losing doesn't necessarily mean she's out of the world title picture altogether.
No.
And her and Rhea being the last two would also be money because there's a lot of history there. But with that being said, that leaves one woman. Like I said, I'm going with the predictable pick. My prediction for the Women's Elimination Chamber is going to be Mommy Rhea Ripley.
Well, Tito kind of set me up here. You look at it, and you say, yeah, Rhea's probably going to be a money match. We ain't seen Rhea and Jade. It might be a money match. But I get to thinking, is WWE always going to do the predictable? Because you look at all these matches, and you're like, okay, well, shoot, if AJ won it'd be fine. If Becky won, it'd be fine. Nobody would be surprised there. Finn Balor won, there's a little bit of surprise. You look at this match. I think there's a surprising candidate here. I'm going to go with the last lady that was entered.
Bliss?
Get that corn out of my face. I'm going with the last lady that entered this match. Last woman. Because I'm going to put some respect on her name. You look at it. Liv did win the Royal Rumble. She wants to face Stephanie Vaquer. What happened during that Royal Rumble? We always talk about how much storytelling goes on throughout those 30 opponents and throughout those 29 eliminations to find the eventual victor. Who eliminated Raquel Rodriguez? Liv Morgan. There's something there. Are you going to do it at Mania? You going to have Liv win at Mania and do it after Mania? Tana's right. She does not need to win this. But you know what? It would be dang good if she did. Dang good if she... My prediction for the Women's Elimination Chamber, it's not going to be Mommy Rhea Ripley. It's going to be Big Mommy, Big Daddy Mommy Chill.
No, it's Big Mommy Cool. Big
Mommy Cool. Raquel Rodriguez.
Because it's supposed to be off of Kevin Nash, Big Daddy Cool.
Yeah, I didn't know if she called herself Big Melissa Diesel or whatever.
Oh my gosh, because people are like, oh, what'd you think about that? And he's just like, that's part of business. I think it's cool, anybody, if somebody says that, they think of me or whatever, so. There's some ball knowledge for y'all sitting up there.
Ball
Y'all didn't know that.
knowledge.
Next match.
WWE Men's Elimination Chamber match.
Man, you stole my flavor.
Little shuffle, baby. Then I hit that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event. Our men's Elimination Chamber, with our participants being Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Jay Uso, which I will remind you was supposed to be my man Bronson Reed. However, he decided to break up a pin attempt, throwing his arm at the original El Grande Americano and ripped his bicep. He still went on for another minute or two, might I add. He got German suplexed by the original El Grande Americano and kicked out. But
You
when he
think
cooked
that's tough? We've seen tougher things than that. We've seen Triple H take a Walls to Jericho with a torn quad.
you don't know nothing
Bronson
about
Reed
that
ain't
stuff.
no tough as Triple H.
But people were saying that they were saying that we need more because they like limited the scheduling. You know, they used to go 350 dates a year with house shows and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've limited it to like they knocked out like 100. And people were saying, "Oh, y'all need house shows. Y'all the people aren't like you shouldn't have." This is what I read. I don't know enough. Well, the whole thing, yeah, they don't have the chemistry, and he shouldn't have been breaking up a pinfall attempt with just his arm, running in there with just his arm. It's a whole bunch. I don't know enough. I couldn't tell you. All I know is that my goat better get well soon. Let me do that again. Because I have my iPhone in my hand. My iPhone 17. You did. So, where was I going? Yes, Men's Elimination Chamber. Hopefully it's a good one. There's only 4 matches. It can't be as bad as the one in Saudi that was 15 minutes long. Did you know that? The shortest Elimination Chamber match was 15 minutes long in Saudi Arabia.
Men's one?
When Brock
Is that one that Brock? Yeah, I was about to
Lesnar
say.
beat everybody up in 15 minutes and just
Appar-
5.
Apparently everybody was ticked off about it. I heard an interview about Riddle. I don't know if he was trying to keep
Riddle don't know
kayfabe
nothing
or
about
not.
nothing.
I don't know if he's trying to keep kayfabe
Riddle has
or
beef
nothing.
with everybody.
But apparently Brock wasn't supposed to bust out the pod. Apparently Brock got impatient.
Well, that's cool.
Apparently Brock got impatient. He bust out and just started tearing out the house.
Cool.
Because he
But it
just
shouldn't have
was
been
tired.
15 minutes, though. You gotta have a long
That's an inside scoop. Now,
Okay, we gotta get to the point, though. We're here for Elimination Chamber Chicago 2026. We're not in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia had their time at the Royal Rumble. They're gonna have their time next year at WrestleMania. They're probably gonna do every PLE at this point. Give it 5 years, and every PLE is gonna be in Saudi Arabia.
Chicago.
But important to note, the winner of this match will go on to face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania for the undisputed WWE Championship. Our first man to qualify easy was the Viper Randy Orton, defeating Aleister Black and Solo Sikoa. And LA Knight became the second person to qualify, defeating Penta and Austin Theory on Raw with some help. I think that, if I remember correctly, the Vision tried to interfere. The Masked Man came out, which people are speculating it to be Grayson Waller. I don't know if you've heard that, anything like that, but I read on the media.
It might be Grayson Waller, but it might not be Grayson Waller. You know, the body might be Grayson Waller.
The first one, they could.
But even Austin Theory, they had about 3 different dudes in
it probably was
Black.
always Austin Theory.
I don't know, man.
Say Grayson Waller. Another thing is, what I thought was great is that they had Grayson Waller on Raw last week with the New Day.
They did.
I thought that's great because if it does turn out to be Grayson Waller, you're taking
Offset,
it off.
Offset beat him up.
Yeah, Offset was there too. Threw him over.
Offset. Man.
But yeah. LA Knight with help from the Masked Man because the rest of the Vision ran out and LA Knight was able to secure the victory. Cody Rhodes defeating Jacob Fatu and Sami Zayn, which was also an interesting match. You know, I don't want to get too much in detail. Drew before the match said, "Sammy, I know you're gonna win." That leads
You
you
were
to believe.
going for Sammy on
Drew,
that one.
I was. I did think Sammy could have a potential to win. However, it's Cody and 5-2, and McIntyre is going to be the match at Mania. Cody wins, beating Fatu and Sammy. Drew McIntyre interfering, claymoring the men. How Sammy did not win after they getting claymored?
I know. I watched that match.
Was crazy. Of course, you gotta let the QB1 poster boy Cody Rhodes get the win. You know how we feel about Cody Rhodes now? I guarantee you is how people feel about John Cena growing up.
No, it's how we felt about Roman Reigns.
Roman, that's a little bit different though. That's a little bit different.
It's about the same. I don't want to say hatred, but it's about the same. I'm getting a little tired of it.
Well, Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, I never got tired of. The Bloodline could have been, and then you get Solo, and then the Bloodline.
I never got tired of him and Brock. Their matches were just so good.
Well, yeah, they went for 10 Mania straight.
Roman's aura when he caught the microphone.
Yeah, so Javon Evans defeated Gunther and our Intercontinental Champion Dominic Mysterio. Trick Williams took down Damian Priest and Carmelo Hayes last Friday on SmackDown. And Jey Uso beat El Grande, the original El Grande Americano, and Bronson Reed. It was planned to be Bronson Reed. Oh, I met him? I'm tired of putting that on the screen every single time. I gotta do that.
You gotta stop calling him your goat, man.
He is the goat. I met him. And I put it on my story, and he normally always views my story when I tag his stuff on there, but he hadn't viewed it yet.
He's in the hospital.
I don't know if he's in the hospital. I don't know what's going on with him. But we need to get to the point. Viewers are sitting here waiting. They want to see us have a prediction. See, Dave, you know the competitors. You know your pick. Go ahead and tell the viewers and me who you think is going to win our men's elimination chamber match. Go on to face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania.
There ain't much to this. I'll say one thing before I say two words to say someone's name. I would love Randy to win this. I would love so much if Randy won this. But I know it's not going to happen.
You know he's going to be the last person to come out the pod. His back, they're just going to be like, his back ain't going to.
I would love Randy to win, but I know that's not realistic, and I know that's not what WWE is, because we got Triple Gooner over here. The winner of this match is pretty simple, and I guarantee you Tina's probably going to say the same thing. If you thought American Dream, you are correct and you're not dreaming. Cody Rhodes is going to win this match. He's going to face Drew McIntyre, and it's going to be simple as that. Simple as when Jay says yeet. So, my prediction for the men's Elimination Chamber match is going to be Cody Rhodes. I almost said Raheem, but I wasn't going to give him the Raheem this time.
Yeah, you may be thinking they're not going to be dreaming. I'm thinking it's going to be a nightmare. An American nightmare.
Bar.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with C. Dave. Predictable, I told you. I'm going with the predictable picks in this chamber. It's just, when you are right in front of WrestleMania, you got to play it safe. You can't change too much before WrestleMania, just right here. You can't change up the plans. WrestleMania is the biggest event of the year. You need all that time to build up for the biggest event of the year. Because right now, what do we really have with Liv and Stephanie Becerra? What do we have with Jade Cargill and any of the women in the chamber match besides, I guess, Tiffany Stratton would be the only one she really has deep history with? What do we have with...
You got too many belts. They're not going to build any of the stuff up like they should.
Right.
It happens every year.
The point is, what do we have with Drew and any of? I mean, I guess Randy. He was kind of in there. Cody is the guy he's got the most history with. Not just now, but years ago they won their first tag team titles together, and so it's going to be an easy pick. They're not. Cody was not expected to drop the title before Mania. That was never in the plans. They begged for Drew to end up getting the win in the steel cage match on SmackDown, whatever, with Jacob Fatu interfering. Cody Rhodes, it's so Cody can go into Mania and win it again.
Oh,
it's just what it is. It's just what it is. Keep him chasing, because that's what people do. They sink their teeth in when he chases, and he chases, and he chomp down whenever he wins. And then, oh God.
I tried to hold it in.
Okay. And once they bite it in, it's gone, and they're wanting more, but Cody still has the title, and he drops it again. They can shoot. Whatever, I don't really know what analogy I was giving there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're half asleep. Winner, Elimination Chamber men's, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Yeah, we're about to go to sleep. Finn Balor's really going to be the one to go to sleep.
I'd love for him to win.
I
wouldn't
think it'd be cool.
I'd be a little surprised, but
I think he would look good with that. I think he would look good with that title too. Like
Oh,
any
he
other
would look
titles,
so
he would
good.
look good with it. He
Oh,
would look
yeah.
so good with
he
it.
would look so.
Even though he's 5'8", 180 pounds, he still
it
look
don't
good.
matter. He's chiseled to the max, and he's great in the ring. I love watching him.
Yeah, that match with Punk was great. Oh my gosh, though. We gotta talk about Styles' retirement though on Raw Monday, just for 2 seconds. I had tears roll down my cheek. Oh my gosh. I mean, it was.
Come on, talk for the camera.
I'm talking to the camera right now. And then to have him go into the Hall of Fame.
Oh man, the look on his face.
Oh my gosh, man.
ISIS.
If only there wasn't a Slim Jim logo in the center of the ring.
Only thing about it is now that the Undertaker shows up, you know the person's gonna get into the Hall of Fame.
No,
It's
not
gonna be
always.
surprised.
Not always.
He's announced every pick for it so far.
No, not always. It's who is like close to him they get it, or if they're like on an interview or something like
Oh,
that.
you think they did that because they had Undertaker's last match?
Right. The whole point was, hey, you can't do that. We have unfinished business.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was the joke. And then he's like, oh well, you got to keep those gloves on or whatever because you're gonna be in the Hall of Fame or something.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. But, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead. Put your predictions down in the comments. Put your thoughts down in the comments. We love to hear what you think. We love to hear from you. I know we're trying, we're busy. Busy lives. Maybe one of these days we'll get something out for y'all. But that's going to do it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Elimination Chamber in Chicago, the 2026 WWE PLE. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, what do they need to say, C-Dave?
You need to say salmon.
Salmon? I was going to say coconut shoes.
Say coconut salmon with shoes.
Say anything. Just say anything in the comments, because I don't even get much comments anymore. Just say something. But we're going to see you. I hope you have a safe, fantastic, and amazing rest of your day. As always, my name is Tanner Davis with my co-host, one half of Double D's, my twin brother C-Dave, and we will see you in the next predictions video. Goodbye.